Hi, thanks for joining me. So today we're talking about the PlayStation TV. This is something that I got about a week and a half ago, and I've been wanting to do a video on it ever since. I haven't played around with this a whole lot, but I just wanted to give you guys my initial impressions. You know what I've done with it so far. I guess for starters, there's some complaints that people have with this, and I want to just kind of set your expectations. For starters, I got this because I wanted to do exactly what I'm doing here, which is capture some footage, be able to put it up on YouTube, talk about Vita games that I'm playing. I do have the Vita, and it's really kind of turned me into a portable gamer to a certain extent. I'm really enjoying being able to play that portably, but I've always maintained that I wanted to play it on the TV. So I really appreciate that this brings that ability, that I'm also able to, capture footage from these games. That's really exciting for me. So I'm just stoked about that aspect of it. But one thing to keep in mind is that the software compatibility for the Vita games is not 100%. I have about 14 sort of retail boxed releases, and here I have 8 of them installed. These are all of the ones that I'm able to install right now. You can see here a handful of North American releases and Japanese releases, but just being able to play these on the TV and capture footage from them is excellent, and I'm really excited about that. The ones that didn't work were mostly expected. It was mostly older games. Pretty much all the newer games worked, with one or two kind of surprise exceptions. One of those being the new Neptunia Rebirth game that just came out pretty recently. So I was really surprised that that one didn't work. Hopefully, maybe that'll get patched in at some point. But regardless, that's how that is. But you can see here, this is the Vita interface. So, if you have a Vita, you're going to be really familiar with it. If you don't, you may be a little perplexed by this because, I think it makes a little more sense on a touch screen. It's made for touch screen, not really for TV, and they didn't change that at all. So, you're just going to be dealing with that here. This is kind of a marriage of two worlds. You can think of it as kind of a video out for your Vita. Unlike the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3, where you have a dedicated section for TV like streaming services, there's no such thing here. It's more like app-based. So here's the Crunchyroll app. I'm a big anime fan. I'm a big Crunchyroll fan. I watch a lot. Well, it comes and goes. Right now I'm trying to get through my DVD backlog of stuff, so I haven't been watching as much Crunchyroll recently, but I still, I'm watching a couple of the new shows, and I really like this service. So just having this on here alone is, it's good for me. It's kind of probably not something that I would use a lot, just because I have my computer hooked up in this room to this television. So it's not like I can't just stream Crunchyroll, that way. But if I didn't have that, I'm sure I'd really appreciate, having Crunchyroll available. The one issue, though, is if you go to the PlayStation Store here and check out the apps, this is pretty much all you have for video services. So I don't even know what Crackle is. I assume that that's a video service. This is all you have. So there, no Netflix, no Hulu, no YouTube, none of that stuff right now. So that doesn't really bother me all that much, but it is a little surprising. I would have, expected some of that stuff in there, and I think it's understandable if, other people do too, and, maybe they're disappointed that that stuff is not available here, even shortly after launch. Next is the PlayStation 4 link ability, which is pretty cool. I think, like some of these other things, you're gonna want to go into this with your expectations, set properly, and you shouldn't expect this to work just flawlessly as like you have another PlayStation 4 in the next room. This is going over your network connection, and I would expect it to be a little bit less than perfect. But really, I've streamed over the internet this is Destiny here that we're checking out right now, from my Vita before, like when I'm at work, and this is easily better. This is definitely better than that, hands down. Basically when I'm doing that from work, I'm kind of like, I'll do just like simple stuff. I'll run around and do my. Honestly, I haven't been playing it a lot recently, but I'll go and do like bounties or just go and collect some materials or something like that. But I wouldn't want to do anything really where performance is key. But here this I find quite playable. I mean, this is like at least 90% of the experience playing it on the PlayStation 4, and I think it totally works. So one caveat is I have a pretty good router. I didn't cheap out. It's a Linksys. It's not like a Cisco or something. I mean, but it's one of the higher end ones, and it might make a difference. I also have this hooked up, hard wired, it's an Ethernet cable, to the PlayStation TV, but to the PS4 it's wireless, because that's in the other room. So one end is wireless, one end is wired, and that seems to be working out, well, for this. I really have no complaints. I think this is completely playable. So anyway, let's pop back out of that. And let's take a look at a Vita game. I mean, this is the whole reason why I got this. And I guess, I can give you guys some impressions. This isn't going to be like a full review or anything. Think of it more like first impressions, except I've been playing this game for a long time. I mean, it came out in, I don't know when, July, August? I don't even really know. It came out sometime this summer. And I played this for a long time. So I'm pretty far along. This is, Choumegami Shinkou Noire Gekishin Blackheart. It's a new, Neptunia game. It's kind of a side story starring Noire and introducing a whole bunch of new characters that are based on various, companies and things like that. So anyway, yeah, so this does something really weird with my TV when it brings up that screen. That's so bizarre. Just give me one sec here. I'm gonna like turn my TV off and turn it back on. It's not coming through in the captured footage, so I don't even know. I don't know what it is. While this is going on, one thing I want to just let you guys know about is I have one of the like Havoc, the original HD PVRs, and it only has component in. So what I had to do was purchase a separate HDMI to component converter. And there's been some talk. People have been concerned that that this has like kind of copy protection on it. I forget what it's called, HDCP or something like that. And so this device that I got, it is compatible with that. I think it would have to be compatible with it, otherwise it wouldn't work. But so this is the eMore HDMI to component video converter supporting HDCP 1.2, and I'll put a link to that in the description if you guys find that you need one. If you have one of the older HD PVRs that's only component, I can confirm that this one will work with the PlayStation TV. But anyway, so yeah, this is a Neptunia game. If you've played other ones, you're probably familiar with this little hub here. You've got it's the item creation, this is the Goddess Hotel, and you can see here all of the different characters, and it's really cool. I'm pretty far along. I think. Well, we'll see that a little bit later, I guess. But you've got like a Metal Gear sort of inspired character, sort of Tokimeki. I want to say Tokimeki Paradise is a PCFX game, so that's not the one. Tokimeki Memorial, that's right. I think this is a character inspired by kind of the like Agrest games, maybe. Obviously Capcom, Square Enix, sort of the Enix side. This is a Final Fantasy sort of character. Anyway, a lot of really fun, references just to other game series and companies, and the characters in this are fun. I mean, that's really exactly what I was hoping to get from this, was just a lot of fun characters, and I really like them. So that was good, and you've got this little like room here that you're building up. It starts off as like this shack, essentially. It's sort of like this rundown, like old apartment, and then you sort of build it up until it looks more like the Basilicom in this game. Oops. Well, anyway, so you can like order stuff from like Amazon, I think it's called, in here, and outfit that. You get points. I don't even really know how you get the points. I think it's from clearing the levels, just kind of going through the story. But you got your shop, you got your missions, and that's where you make your discs. So like I said, if you guys are played these games before, you're going to be pretty familiar. So these are the main missions. This is a story mission, and you know what, I don't know if I tried continuing on with the story. I'm trying to do, like, you get all these side missions here, so I've been trying to do these, and these 2 B ranked ones are just kicking my butt. And there's this other like kind of like redo missions option here where you can go through, and I guess I've done all those recently. So you can sort of use those to just grind, I guess, for levels and that kind of thing. But let's just kind of start this so you guys can see how the story sort of goes, and maybe we'll get to a little battle here. So this is the Metal Gear character. These characters are just a lot of fun. Her name is Reed, which the names all come from like a portion in the middle of their inspiration. So like Metal Gear Solid, she's Reed from that. I actually had to read that. I didn't pick up on that at first. So I'm gonna kind of just skip through this because I can read a lot of this stuff, but it's hard to like try to translate and talk about a video at the same time. So here's the Capcom character. I think this is actually the introduction of her because the city is all like there's been some sort of biohazard breakout. So this is very Resident Evil inspired right here, and that's what's fun about this game, I think, is just each scenario that you go through, it basically introduces some new characters and kind of has it's themed like this. So I just think it's a lot of fun. In terms of the actual gameplay itself, it's a strategy RPG, and I found it to be the kind of thing where you might really need some specialized knowledge for each board that you do, and Histoire comes on and gives you like a little description of what your goals are going to be in the board, and each time it's a little bit different. You might be running around and destroying something, or you might be just killing a certain enemy, trying to get to a certain point, like go through a door or something like that. Usually it's pretty obvious and not all that difficult, but if your Japanese isn't all that good, I think you'd probably be okay, but there might be some key information in those that you might miss out on. Could make it a little bit difficult. But I found that each stage you sort of need to take on its own. So yeah, she's like so let me explain what the goal is this time. So there's these zombies. She's like the zombies, it's biohazard, blah blah blah. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna put myself on the spot, but these characters, like the zombies, can basically turn you into zombies, which completely, I guess I did play this before, it completely kicked my butt. I was doing really well, and then like 2 of my strongest characters got turned into zombies, and then killed like 2 of my other strongest characters, and it was just, it was frustrating. But, so here's your units, and it basically, I mean, in the story, sometimes certain characters are going to be available to you and certain characters aren't. But you can see there's a whole lot of characters. So it's hard because you know, I kind of want to have favorites, but each time you get a new chunk of characters, you usually get like 3 or 4 at a time, and you pretty much want to try them out. And what it ends up being is, it seems like each new batch of like 5 or 6 characters pretty much has similar roles to the the previous batch of 4 or 5 or 6 characters, and you're probably going to want to use the newer ones because they just have like better skills. So that's kind of how it ends up working. I think for now, like, I'd probably settle on these characters that I like right now. Her, probably Tsunemi. She's really cool. She's like Hatsune Miku inspired, sort of, from that whole thing. Like I said, the characters are fun. Puna, I'm not really sure what she's from. Moru. I guess I have one more character. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, she's pretty useful. So, alright, let's start. But yeah, so, so I found it a little frustrating sometimes because I'd pretty much play a board and then go, oh, okay, this is kind of how this works on this board, and then have to play it again, and maybe even a couple times in order to beat it. But that was okay. I actually I've really enjoyed this a lot so far, and I think anybody that's played a strategy RPG before is going to be pretty comfortable with this. But like I said, I guess maybe just don't get too attached to your characters. Get to know the abilities of each of the different characters, and use your new characters when they show up, because that's gonna be useful. Oh yeah, so anyway, maybe I don't want to turn this into a full-scale review of this. I think it's starting to go in that direction. So let's cut it a little bit short here, but I'll just show you like an ability where we've got let's see. So her skills. So she can heal and do some other stuff. She can actually bring characters back from the dead, which is pretty useful. But I'm gonna have her heal. She doesn't need to, but what's gonna happen is it's gonna do this. I don't even know what you call it, but like the other characters kiss the character. It's like a little bonus for characters that are next to you when you do your abilities, and that boosts up this heart meter. It's I guess it's, I don't know, kind of like the Lily rank or something from the other games. Here it says 20 up by that heart in the upper right hand corner. So the more you boost that up, you're going to be able to do these bigger abilities that each of the characters have, and it's a lot of fun. You can just check out the board here. You've got all these treasure chests, and they're all elemental based, so you have to like memorize this elemental wheel of what element is good against what in order to open those, and you have these elemental gems that you can equip on each of the characters, etc, etc, etc. I can go on about this a lot, but suffice to say, really enjoying this game, and I will definitely do a more in-depth review on this, so you guys can get the full story about this game. I believe I'll put an annotation or put it in the description to clarify. I think that IF just announced, Idea Factory said that this game was going to be localized here, but it might have been something else. But yeah, so this is the PlayStation TV, and I'm super pleased with it. Some people, I was just checking out like reviews on Amazon, they seem to be kind of all over the board. Some people are really happy, some people are really unhappy. So I think, it's going to depend on what you're expecting from this, but I'm stoked to be able to, do all these things that I've been wanting to do with my Vita games, and and then just kind of in this ecosystem. And it's cool. You're also going to be able to you've got these games here. Oh, interesting. So I guess they have this narrowed down to the ones that are, that work with the Vita, the PlayStation TV, and I assume that that I'd be able to play like my, like classics. Do we have like PlayStation 1 games? There's PlayStation Now. I haven't really talked about PlayStation Now. I was a part of the beta, but I mean it's an open beta now, so I guess anyone can check it out, which is cool. But the pricing model I think is stupid. I really think it's dumb. If they had done some sort of a... Okay, so this looks like this does have... Well, that's a PSP game. Okay. Yeah, so this has like the PSP games, and I assume that there's PS1 games in here. There's minis. Anyway, yeah, here's a PS1 game. So you just, you have access to all this stuff too on here, which is super cool. I know that I've got like Resident Evil, some of the Resident Evils that I've purchased, and I could just download those right now. In fact, maybe I'll just fire one of them up. Let's see. Where's our... Yeah, so I know I own Resident Evil 3. Yeah, so it shows that I've already bought it, so I could just grab that, play it right here on this. I think it's just neat. So anyway, those are my impressions of the PlayStation TV and, Gekishin Blackheart there. Hope you enjoyed this, and, let me know if you guys are getting the PSTV or if you have it already. I know some of you guys that watch my channel, I've imported the overseas versions and stuff like that. How are you liking it? Are you guys still playing it? Is it useful to you guys? Really curious to know. If you guys have questions, definitely let me know, and check the description for a link below if you need something to convert, component or from HDMI to component. I've definitely found this really really useful. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you'll join me again.